What's up everyone, welcome to another episode of Mass Marine Medivac to Grandmaster. In the last episode we've gotten our first loss before reaching Grandmaster, so that's a little bit painful. MMR is 5137. Can we go flawless today? Let's find out. Alright, here we go. A Grandmaster Protoss. Now wait on a second guys. I remember this player, and I feel like we've played against this player as a Terran. Like I'm pretty sure he would... Yeah, I'm not going crazy, right? I'm pretty sure we played against this person when he was a Terran player, and now he's actually Protoss, so starting to get confused which race he was. I'm pretty sure he was also Grandmaster with Terran, so I guess he's pretty good overall. Now, if you guys heard a little bit of a sound, my microphone was actually messing up a little bit. It was about to catapult in my face, so if you guys heard that when I corrected it, then sorry about it. Hopefully I'll manage to edit it out if that's a problem. Now in the intro I said it was a little bit painful to get a loss before Grandmaster. Normally I always lose before GM, but this is my first challenge on the NA server and we were going absolutely bonkers. We won every single game up until that point, so that's why it's a little bit of a shame. But obviously losing a game before Grandmaster is no problem at all. But it would have been awesome if we would actually have reached it without losing a single game, right? That would have been absolutely insane. Now we are playing against the Protoss on a big map. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna deal with this yet. I think I'm definitely gonna go with a reactive first. I really like that effect of scaring my opponent off a little bit. Or scaring him away, scaring him off. I guess both probably work. It's really funny, you know, I feel like my English is normally decent, but if I start consciously thinking about the sentences I'm making, everything sounds hella weird. So I should probably just stop questioning what I'm saying, because then I'm just gonna confuse myself. Like, I'm pretty sure I can convince myself every sentence I say is weird, so in that case, you know, panic would erupt. So let's just focus on the gameplay for now, I suppose. Now, Acheron... Actually, I think I even remember the game I played against him. I think it was the first Grandmaster I beat. And the reason why that game was memorable was not because... Wait, did you just spray a command bro on my face? I keep forgetting that actually exists. He just sprayed someone's face in my natural. That's crazy. But he did a really big cheese against me. I think he was the person that went for a really fast 3-rax Reaper in base cheese. So... we do need to keep that in mind for this game. Like, maybe he is just a cheesy player. And in that case, we do need to make some precautions, of course. Though I do think, if you open Mass Marine, you are generally pretty okay against cheese. I think the most problematic scenario is if he gets to contain me in my main base, for example. Because then what happens is, let's say he does a fast 3-gate, right? I'm contained in my natural, or in my main, sorry. I'm only allowed to make Marines. I open with a 3-rax. If at some point he warps in a sentry, he can just force field me in my base forever. And that's when it starts becoming a problem. But if I already have my natural like this, and I'm making mass marines instead of going for like a mine drop or something, I think it's only gonna work in my favor, this strategy. So if he does turn out to just be a cheesy player, then that is fantastic. Now, I've learned from experience that you can't really judge how people play from TVT. Because TVT... I feel like might be the most hated matchup among the players. When I do coach my students, so many of them just skip TVT. They'll have like a 13% win rate in TVT. And I'm like, why is it so low? And they're like, yeah, I just leave. So it's also possible that he just doesn't like TVT and just cheeses. So it is a little bit hard to read into that. Now, I did forget my second gas here, guys. So I might actually struggle to afford my first 2 Medivacs. My starport and reactor are going to be at a decent timing, so that's great. But my first 2 Medivacs are most likely going to be a little bit late, I think. It could actually be close. I'm not 100% sure. I think they're definitely going to be a little bit late, but maybe it's not that bad. Like, I did play reactor first anyway, so I can cut a few Marines. Get that gas up anyway. It's pretty hard to fit in the build, actually. If you play reactor... Wait, why is he here? Huh? Okay, that was... I don't think he even checked. That must have been an accident, no? I don't think he even checked if I had units in my natural. He just finished the shade. He was like, hell yeah. There must be nothing here, right? Okay, that was a little bit of a crazy moment. Now, killing the adept realistically, not the biggest deal ever. But the thing is that he's not going to be able to scout now. So if he was naturally doing the right reaction to what I'm doing, then there would not be a difference. But he's actually not going to be able to react anymore until he gets an observer in my base, or maybe an hallucinated phoenix or so. But the game is definitely going to be a little bit harder for him to play. It's kind of similar to the mid game. Like, it's a very underestimated part of StarCraft, just how good scouting actually is. And I don't mean scouting someone cheese or whatever. I just mean scouting in general, because you should actually try to play a game of Protoss with... Ooh, wait, that's actually pretty fast. I'm going to have to counter that. You should try to play a game of Protoss with 0 observers. And then afterwards, or maybe the other way around, play a game where you actually make enough observers and see the entire map. Because you're going to see the difference. Playing without... Oh, I stopped repairing it for some reason. Oh, I think I ran out of money. Ooh, that is actually a potentially game-losing moment there. That bunker was not going to go down, but I think I ran out of money and my SCV stopped repairing. So this is actually going to be huge here. But yeah, playing without vision is just absolutely impossible is what I was getting to. So even losing stuff like Adept is very huge here. My drop is he's actually doing a 4-gate blink. But my drop is in his base already. So this is actually going to get a little bit crazy here, I think. He's going to lose every single probe, most likely. I'm going to actually fall back. Wait, he actually... Oh my god, that was actually really fast by him. He evacuated that super fast. I don't actually have supply to make units, which is really annoying. I did block all of his gateways though, so he actually can't afford anything. And now he's still gonna lose every single unit in the end. Let me kill that robo here. Go back into the main to get a little bit more mining. Oh, that is very unfortunate there what happened. Let me explain that in a second. I'm still gonna kill most of his probes though, so that is really good. Let's see, I'm just trying to target as many as I can down, because if he doesn't have workers, he's obviously not going to be winning this game. And I think I've still done enough damage with this. Let's see, that's about 10 probes. I think I have 25 SCVs. Yeah, that should be pretty good. Now, I do need to get down here and get bunkers going. Man, you know, I wanted to do smooth commentary here, but so much hectic stuff happened in here that I honestly don't even remember what I was talking about before, so... I hope I finished my thought. If I didn't, I'm sorry. You can always... Oh, that's a prism. Let's freaking go. You can always ask me in the comments if you really wanted to hear me finish my thought. But there we go. That was gonna get very close. I think if my opponent warped in units non-stop instead of going for that third base, we could have been in trouble. Because if he has 4 extra stalkers at the home, this could actually have been bad. Like, look... You know, this is 20 workers against 40, right? If he has the appropriate amount of units to deal with this... also, he should have 100% had a battery here. There's no excuse to not have a battery here after all of that. So maybe he could have held. I mean, it is still... yeah, 16 Marines. No combat shield. It was going to do damage anyway. But I do think it could have potentially been very problematic. Here, I felt like it was a bit unfortunate that I decided to run back. Because... I had no idea he was intending to recall. So if I'm actually attacking forward there and he recalls, my Marines and SCVs are going to be able to do damage on the Stalkers. They'll arrive here weaker. But in the end, I killed enough probe, made it worth it anyway. Though I do wonder what happens if he just ran away the probes and slowly killed my units with his Stalkers. Because he had 40 probes, guys. So I don't know. Anyway, that's a fantastic, nice, funny, hectic warm-up game. Let's go for game number 2. Alright, game number 2 against a Zerg player on Stargazers. Now, a Zerg player is an opportunity to try our awesome new build every time again, until I decide whether it's good or not. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. It's the freaking 2-reactor first opener. And I feel like so far, unless I'm misremembering a game, I feel like we won with it. I mean, I only did it twice, I think, but we did win with it. And I'm still not sure if it's good or not, so I'm just going to keep doing it until my opponents prove that it's either amazing or terrible. And then we'll see. Now, we are playing on a laggy server. Yeah, Singapore. Probably going to be about 230 ping in the end. So I need to keep that in mind. Actually thinking about it, guys, this version of the build... Or first, let me explain the build if you guys don't know what build I'm talking about. So, typically, if you want to go for a 3-racks opener... You go for a very fast stim, right? Because Marines without stim, they kind of suck. Unless you're going for a super fast all-in. So, a normal 3-racks, you get a reactor, then you get a tech lab, and then most likely you get another tech lab or a reactor after that. So you either have Marines with stim and combat shields, or you have a lot of Marines with just stim. Now with this build I'm doing, I go for a reactor, and then another reactor, and then a tech lab. And then instead of stim, I get combat shields because it builds faster. So I hit at a normal timing, but with way more Marines and with combat shields instead of stim, right? That's the build I was talking about. Now, if I play on a lot of ping, like when I get the Singaporean server, for example, I'm not really going to be able to, like, my micro is decent still, I would say, but I'm not going to be able to micro them that well with stim. And the combat shield is more of a... You know, you're not really going to be splitting that much. You're mostly just going to be kiting. If they have banings... You're probably in trouble anyway. So I think it's probably a better build to use on ping as well. I'm gonna try to get my second barracks before. As I have been trying. I think the last time I did this, I tried to do it this way. I'm still not 100% sure what build is the most efficient. I feel like with the reactor first, actually, I'm not sure. Ooh, we actually might be getting cheesed here. With reactor first, it is really hard to make a build flow well, I feel like. Now, this guy's clearly doing very cheesy, else he would be sending his Zerglings across the map. Like, I don't know what the point of playing pool first is to keep your lings at home. So I want to say this is most likely going to be some kind of weird roach stuff. In which case, I'm probably going to be making a bunker if I have the money for it. I don't think I really have the money for it, to be fair. So probably going to have to cancel a few SCVs here. Now, if you play on these faraway servers, what sucks is that there is a very decent chance that my opponent is playing on good ping while I'm sitting on 230. So that is something I'm going to have to be able to deal with. Normally, I would definitely take this trade, by the way. 2 Marines against 4 Zerglings, but on this amount of ping, I don't trust myself to kite away from the Zerglings as smoothly. I made it... No, I'm actually going to cancel it. Frick it. I made a tech level on accident. I do not... I feel like I did that every time so far, probably, that I tried it. It's just too unnatural to get the double reactor first. But I'm going to switch it up anyway. Just to get at least as close as possible to the build I want to execute, right? It looked like it was taking a while to build that add-on, so I was like, ah, nice, it's probably a reactor. Because reactors take way longer to build than tech labs. Yeah, it's actually double the time. Wow, didn't know it was that much. But I thought it was good, but then still was a freaking tech lab. I think I'm probably gonna make that mistake forever, guys. I've been playing this game for, since 2010 or 2011 or whatever, and some things are just too automatic. There's nothing to do about it. Just like that. It's just too weird to make 2 reactors first. Now here I actually have enough Marines to trade because of my opening. So this is just going to be a very good build for me. I think I talked about it before, how these reactor first build are very automatically good against cheeses because you just have so many Marines. Like normally you would be working on getting Hellions right now. If you're really trying to hard counter the roaches, you might be trying to get a Banshee, else it might be a Viking. But instead, I just have a gajillion Marines, which is obviously going to be pretty good here. Now, with my combat shield timing, it's going to hit, I want to say, in about 3 more Marine waves. I'll get it. I will be able to move out and hopefully deliver a killing blow. Now, in this situation, Stim would have been better 100%, mainly for the reason that Ravagers can actually kite Marines pretty easily. Like, they're faster and they have more range. So, if this person is good at micro, he will be able to kite my Marines all the way across the map. If I had Stim, I would be able to Stim on top and just kill the Ravagers pretty easily. Now, there's actually a bit of an annoying dance here. You always have to pull your SCVs away from the biles, or you just lose them for free, which is rough. Even a little bit harder on ping, of course. Let's see what my ping actually is. 242. Okay, yeah, that is 10 more than I expected even. Now, Combat Shield is going to finish. Does seem like he ran away, which is actually a very logical move. Like, he probably expected Stim to finish at this point, right? So, oh, he's still here. Yeah, what I'm gonna do here, I'm actually gonna rally my Marines on top of my ramp and just move across with these. And then if he does counterattack, I will be able to defend my main base from that, which is the most important thing, of course. Oh, looks like he's right here. Actually, there's one Ravager I can kill. Yeah, there you go. That's huge. I'm surprised he even tried to go for that, actually, through the bushes. Oh, wait, he's not paying attention. He's not paying attention. Oh, no, Zerg. What have you done? Guys, if you don't know, a Ravager cost 100, okay? He just lost 300 for free. Oh, he's making banelings, though. I don't know if it's going to be in time. Let's look at those 240 APM or 240 ping splits. Didn't look too bad. I think I mostly just had too many Marines, so the banelings died really fast, more than my splits being impressive, but you can see how slow it all reacts. Let's go. Ah, the splits are... Well, I was going to say beautiful. That would be a lie. I think they were decent at most, but it is what it is. Still doesn't have enough units, and there we go. The build does it again. Oh, I actually forgot to rewind there for the first time ever. Normally, I actually do click on rewind, so sorry. No stats this time. Let's move on to game number 3. Alright, we've got a Terran player. Oh, perfect, guys. A Protoss into a Zerg into a Terran, the way I like it the most. Variety in the episodes. Now, one thing I more wanted to say about that build in the last game. I feel like I still haven't really gotten to test it because they always cheese me and I kind of just get the free win. It almost feels like last game. I'll be honest, the last game didn't really require much effort. It required me to read he was cheesy and to make a bunker, repair the bunker, and then I pretty much A-moved him. So I feel like I still haven't gotten to try it out. I hope in one of those TVZs. Maybe later on we'll play a really high MMR Zerg and we can really test it against a normal build. Because I feel like we're still like this close to finding out that the build is actually just completely terrible. Which would be funny, considering I did win a bunch of games with it already. Now we're playing against a Terran Ambition. I do think TVT is always hard. I'm actually going to try my theory. I'm going to try to scout super early. I think I may have mentioned this in the last episode or one before. That since I'm playing Reactor first, I should be scouting super early to actually see it's not a proxy. Else I straight up die. So I can maybe see in time whether to make a Marine or a Reactor first. And I mean, this scout timing does hurt a little bit. I said it so early. I think pretty much right after my 15th SCV finished. So yeah, my money is not going to feel great. My command center is gonna come down pretty slow and stuff. But that's probably what I have to do. Now he's just playing normal. This SCV is so early, I can actually just go into the... Oh, that is sick. He's playing a normal expand, looks like. This could still be a trick. He could be going for a proxy. Or maybe a 2-Rex Reaper. Pretty convinced it's just a normal build, though. I do have to say, guys, if you do a Reaper expand or a 1-gas expand without scouting in TVT, you have absolutely no fear, okay? Like, you die to so many things for free if you do a 1-gas expand without scouting. Okay, at this point, it's starting to look a little bit like a fake. I mean, he wasn't even trying to take that CC. So now I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Especially because I played Reactor first. Let's say, yeah, this looks 100% like a fake. He could have made a CC in the main, but more likely it is a fake, I think. So this is actually going to be really hard to deal with. I do have... You know, I'm going to get... I don't know. I feel like it's most likely a 2-Rex Reaper, and it's going to be tough to deal with because I can't keep my Marines in both places. Like, I cannot defend my natural CC at this point, I think. Ah, my command center was misrallied. That's unfortunate. And if I ever have to cancel this, it's going to be super hard. Marines, yeah, there we go. It's a proxy barracks. So I had a pretty good read on this all along, I want to say. Oh, maybe I can trap him. If he gets a little bit closer, watch this. Yes, wow, that is so perfect. Let's freaking go. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I just wanted to mention that microing Reapers against Marines without stim is very easy, so... 3 Reapers would already destroy this here. That's why I need to be so careful. He's not doing the best of microing so far, I have to be honest here. Sorry, Ambition. Ooh, I almost got that one. I mean, my micro is going to be pretty decent here. I just need to keep microing them back and forth. I'm actually going to put my bunker down there. And what's making me really happy here is that he's not just going into the main base. Let's see, oh, he might be doing it. No, he's still here, I think. Right? I think I saw his unit there. I mean, if he's not going to go into the main base, it's not going to be super hard to keep microing against it, to be fair. And I think I might actually get an advantage from this. Like, if he's not going to do damage anytime soon, he's not even really trying to micro against the Marines. The reason why it's easy is because you can just throw a grenade and shoot the Marines for free. Because the Marines have to run away. Now, he's doing a better job now. I think maybe he was just too busy macroing or something. Because he is actually making those moves now, which is really good. Now, at this point, I can split my Marines a little bit. Huh? Okay. Why is it there? I tried to... I know what happened. I was trying to make a reactor on this factory. But I don't feel like I even clicked. So how did I just scan there? Okay, well, that is 200 minerals down the drain. Let's freaking go. That's why we play this game for, right, guys? Those mistakes are beautiful. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying, especially because I'm making only Marines, so I do definitely need the minerals, but I guess you guys like some relatable content as well sometimes, right? So now you guys know I also make the dumbest mistakes ever sometimes. I've even manner milled myself before, so it's not the craziest thing to have happened. But I am actually shocked that we managed to get an advantage from that, by the way. Like, I feel like that should have been one of the worst builders we could have gotten. But instead, we actually got a bit ahead from it, which is just insane. And besides that, we're even going to kill this barracks now, because I'm playing Mass Marine. So he's going to lose a barracks. He's not even going to be able to use it for future production. So in the end, literally nothing that he did gave him an advantage here, which is, you know, crazy good for us. Now, the game is not over yet. Obviously, I still need to find a way through typical Terran defenses with just Marines and Medivacs. which is always going to be a challenge. I'm going to go for that 3-rack style again, just so I can put on some more pressure, maybe before my opponents get to too many siege tanks. Because I feel like there's definitely a critical mass. Like, if my opponent is 20 tanks, I'm going to need a crazy outplay, or rather than a crazy outplay, a crazy amount of luck to actually deal with it. Now, I do want to highlight one thing that's a bit of a scam of this map. If you guys are wondering why I always kept my Marines here and not here, you actually can jump in there with the Reaper. It's actually one of the biggest baits. I feel like me and a lot of other pro Terrans have lost so many Reapers because we try to jump down there and it just doesn't work. So it's actually a really big bait. Oh, he's not even moving! Guys, why did he not move? No way! He just gave me all of his Marines for free. What was that, guys? I mean, he could have just jumped out. He probably would have saved 3 Reapers, or 2. Instead, he just gave them all to me for free. Okay, then. A little bit puzzled by that. Ooh, he's... Okay, well, I see how he's playing. How can I deal with this the best? Yeah, he's just making mass tanks. Probably 1 Viking in production, yeah. Okay. Wait, his barracks is still... Oh no, okay, well, I saw Marine coming back. I was like, is barracks still out on the map? That's insane. I mean, his counter is actually pretty good. It looks a bit weird of a build, but it completely makes sense. I'm not going to be able to break tanks with just Marines, though. I'm going to be able to hit him with 4 Medivacs with 32 Marines, which have combat shields. And if he only has 2 tank siege in the base, I think I might actually be able to drop straight over it and kill it. Like, the biggest problem with playing like this is he doesn't have Hellions nor Marines. So he doesn't have fodder for his siege tanks. I can basically just drop on top of his siege tanks. And if he doesn't have enough defenses for it... Wait, where are my SCVs going here? He's probably just gonna suffer from this. There we go. Actually gonna drop straight over all of these siege tanks. And I feel like I'm gonna get a really, really, really good trade out of this. I did accidentally not drop out of one of them. But yeah, he lost every single SCV already. He's probably gonna lose... Oh, I'm not gonna lose that Viking there. But now I'm gonna be able to camp his production. And I would be pretty surprised if this is not the game-winning move, to be fair. I'm just gonna keep tabs on that siege tank, make sure it doesn't siege too close to me. Yeah, that's far enough. I'm just gonna kill the command center then. And I do like his attempt, but I think mostly what went wrong in this game, it had nothing to do with his drop or his defense here. I think he was making the right moves. But just that he got so far behind, basically doing a blind counter to what I'm doing. That was the tough part here. And that is how brutal TVT is, guys. I know it all looks cool when the pro players play proxy reapers and whatnot, but sadly you're still gonna have to do the micro, and that's where he came a little bit short this game. Which sucks for him, but is nice for me, so I guess we should be happy. Okay, I do feel like my follow-ups have been a little bit weak here, by the way. Like, my upgrades and stuff are not completely lining up. Like, I'm only at +1 right now. Wait, he's literally just gonna... He's losing every single production facility, guys. Okay. Oh, no. Not the Medivacs. Accidentally clicked the wrong thing back. There we go. And now we're gonna drop on top of this siege tank. And... Wait, there's actually... Oh, there's barely anything in that bunker. I kind of thought that bunker was gonna be full. It kind of felt like there was 1 Marine inside, so... There we go. GG. I think, yeah, he almost said... Oh, we have a hidden base. Ah, okay. Now I get it. I was wondering, why is he staying in this game? But he actually did have 4 command centers. So, looking at this, we might have been in trouble if I didn't, like, go for the kill here. Because, yeah, he did have a lot of bases. He has 4 CCs going up already. This one is actually mining way faster than mine. So, if I did not kill him here... would have been problematic. What he was supposed to do to survive here, I think, was probably go for turrets. Like, I know he's definitely behind this game. I have to admit, I really like his strategy, what he went for. I think if he didn't go for something this drastic, there would have been no chance after that opener. But it's actually a very cool way to do it. But I think he needed some turrets, because, like I said, he doesn't have Marines or Hellions to cover the tanks. I could just drop on top of them. If he has turrets... I could YOLO it too, but then my Medivacs die, and then it's very questionable all of a sudden. Anyway, I do like his strategy. Sadly, didn't work out for him. Early game a little bit too weak. But for us, that's another dub. Let's move on to the next game. Alright. Oh, another Zerg. Let's go. It's time for the build, guys. Build, take 4. Mark, please make the second reactor instead of a tech lab first this time. You can do it. I swear, even now I'm telling myself this, right? I think, oh, I cancelled my SV. Oops. That's another nice quick mistake. Even though I'm telling myself that I need to make the reactor first, I feel like there's actually a 75% chance I'm still gonna make the tech lab because like it's too ingrained in me. You know, I'm talking all the time. I'm trying to do all these things at the same time. I'm probably just gonna autopilot and make the freaking tech lab, but I hope I don't. Especially now I've told myself, I feel like there should be a chance I'm gonna execute my build a little bit better. And at the same time, I really hope my opponent's not gonna cheese me so we can actually finally see what that build looks like when they play normal, right? Because, yeah, so like I said in the first... Was it the first game? The second game, sorry, of today. They just keep cheesing me and I can't see how good our build actually is. But I really want to see the strength. You know, there's a good chance I'm gonna be going to DreamHack Atlanta in November. It's gonna be. I'm not gonna practice for it. As you guys know by now, I'm a retired pro gamer, so I'm creating content. I'm not gonna practice too much in particular, but I will, as always, be trying to bring out the most fun builds and really have a good time. So if this build is something worth doing, I want to be executing it there on the stage and make people be like, bro, what on earth is this guy doing, right? So that's the goal, but obviously there needs to be some kind of strength to it because I can't just be throwing out a build that has no chance of working. So let's see what our opponent's name was. Boogie. There we go. Beautiful name. I think it was 4.9k. Now, I do think with this episode, by the way, guys, we have finally reached the threshold of getting Grandmaster when it comes to the games. Like, we have enough MMR. We just need enough games. So I think in the next episode, because it's not early enough for me to get promoted. If you guys don't know how Grandmaster works, you basically get demoted only at one point in a day and also promoted a few hours after, which I believe... I'm not sure in which time zone. I think it might be 9 p.m. Central time zone in the Americas or something like this. But yeah, I'm recording this at 3:30 p.m. so I'm definitely not going to get promoted. But the start of next episode, if I was correct, you guys will see that I have reached Grandmaster. At least assuming my MMR does not drastically drop after this game and some other people MMR goes up crazily. And then you guys will also see what rank we have achieved. And I did promise you guys with this show... I'm not just gonna stop at GM. If we get high enough, I'm gonna go all out, try my best possible builds, and see if we can do something insane. We're gonna try to get top 50. We're gonna try to get top 16. Now, that one sounds a bit questionable for sure. Top 16, but we're gonna try to get top 50. And then from that point on, we are gonna see where we're gonna end up. I mean, I know some people would love for me to get rank 1. I think that one is probably out of the question. Like, the NA server doesn't have that many pros playing, but there are a few of them. Just in time, guys. I was about to make a tackle, but I reminded myself to get the reactor first. Let's freaking go. I did make my barracks after the depot instead, so I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference or not. But yeah, I think most notably a player called Trigger is playing on the NA server, who is a Canadian pro player who is... I think he's about 6.4k MMR. Now, the highest that Challenge has ever gotten, I think, is 5.8 or 5.9. So we would have to beat that by like 500 MMR to reach rank 1. Just so you guys know, you know, how tough the challenge is going to be. But I think for top 16 on the NA server, we need to be about 5.8k. So if we do really well, especially if we get good matchups, if we learn the meta a little bit better, we could totally reach top 16. Though, yeah, like right now my main account is about top 16, where I play normally on my stream. So it does seem a bit questionable that I would be able to reach that with Marine Medivac only, but we'll see. Obviously, it is a pretty good unit comp. Though I quite literally do not want to make anything else. Like, if I was down to make a few siege tanks or stuff like that, it would definitely be a lot easier. But as is... with Marines and Medivacs only, not even a Reaper. Actually, I'm quite curious. Where do you guys think I'm going to end up? Let me know in the comments, guys. How high do you think I can get? I am personally pretty convinced I'll be able to get top 50. I'm not so sure about top 16. If I would have to guess myself, I would say we could maybe get rank 30 or so on the North American server. So let me know what you guys think. And also, if you guys have been enjoying the content, make sure to press the subscribe button, by the way. Join the club, join the channel. Road to 50k, guys. We are almost there. Not quite almost, but with your guy, if you click, I'm sure we will get there in no time. Now, I'm going to move out 4:35. I do feel like I'm a little bit later with a few less units than normal. So I think we can definitely conclude that getting the barracks before the second depot does help. Because normally I do feel like my unit ball is a little bit bigger. Now, I do not have a scan saved up. Wait, has my opponent done anything? Has my opponent scouted this game? I feel like I haven't seen him. Like, normally I wouldn't walk over creep like this, but I feel like he hasn't scouted. So there's a chance he has, like, no units. Let's see. Oh, no, he does have units. Okay, okay. He was playing it pretty safe. Then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna force a few easy trades. You see he's morphing 8 banelings. I'm gonna run away just in time for those banelings, so I don't get caught out. And then I'm gonna basically just camp the edge of creep here. I'm actually gonna fly my factory over. Looks cool, I guess. But I do need to deny the creep here a little bit. The problem is that I can't split that well without combat shield. Now, we are playing in a non-laggy server. I can tell it's pretty responsive. Kind of feels like it's east, which probably gives me about 60 ping. But anyway, I can micro. But without combat shields, my units are not quite fast enough to actually micro well. Or without stim, rather. I think I said without combat shields, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think I'm going to wait for stim before actually committing. And one thing that's really good about this map, by the way, is that the dropping path into the main is very easy to reach. So he's probably really surprised. Why the hell is there a factory flying? You don't want to make tanks or mines. What he should be doing at this point is literally spam banelings like crazy, probably. Now, the drop path into the main is very easy to reach. So I think I'm going to be going for some outplays here. Let's see. One move that's a little bit crazy that I have in mind. Oh, this is way more Marines than I thought, actually. One move that's a little bit crazy I had in mind is to maybe stim into the third base without Medivacs. So if I get caught, I would be in a massive amount of trouble. But if I don't get caught, I could actually just kill all of his workers there and get myself into a lead. Now, this is definitely a psycho move, to be honest. Normally, I accuse my opponents of making psycho moves, but this time it's definitely me. Gotta be honest with ourselves, guys. Let's see, okay. Okay, we got one queen. And then these are gonna be able to escape. Yeah, there we go. I feel like I almost messed that up, but we got there in time. Now, queens are pretty good at hunting these down. Wait, does he maybe have the fourth base also already? No, he doesn't. Okay, I mean, he has creep here, so he's gonna see my unit movement in time. Actually, maybe I can get back in here now. Let's see, yeah, the banelings are... Oh, it's just banelings. If it's just banelings, that's actually going to be pretty easy to deal with. There we go. You need Zerglings to cover those. I think that's a massive mistake by him, guys. He forgot to bring his banelings along. And now, I killed all the banelings before the lings are there. And I can actually get... This is such a sick fight here, guys. Main hatch is dead. I'm going to actually kill every single Zergling here. Yeah, all I have to say, guys, massive blunder by the opponent. If he had links with those banelings, I would have lost all of these Marines easily. And this game looks probably quite literally the opposite. But instead, he got absolutely torn apart. He's not paying attention there. Loses the third base as well. Losing the spawning pool. And just like that, guys, we were not in a great spot. How do we trade like that with just Marines against Zergling Bane, guys? 1.2k against 4k. I don't even know how that happens. But honestly, it is fantastic. Let's jump back like 30 seconds or so. Oh, he was banking a lot of money. Look here. Game looks... Yeah, I mean, completely even. I think... If you calculate in the fact that I only make Marines and Medivac, it's probably decent for him, right? But it looks pretty even supply-wise. He hasn't spent his money yet, so he should probably be up by about 20 supply or so. But okay, it looks pretty even. And then here, this is actually a crazy blunder, because Banelings without Lings, they're just not that good. He killed 4 Marines with 7 Banes, then he doesn't have Banes left. And what happens is, if you have 50 Zerglings with 8 Banes... The Marines just die unless you can target fire all the Banelings one by one, right? So here he has to surround me, but you see how I can just stay in a ball next to the... Yeah, what do you call it? The terrain. So he can't get a surround. I kill all of those. Doesn't have units left for the main, and just like that, it fell apart super hard. I think he must have missed some injects as well, because 2k 700 in the bank is rough. Like, I feel like here the supply, even after all of this, should be pretty even. Anyway, this was a very enjoyable episode. I hope you guys liked it as well. Make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.